Welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into Bugatti's 2026 Halo, the new generation hypercar that's been stirring the automotive world. From the very first glance, it's obvious this is not a cosmetic facelift, but a radical rethinking of what a hypercar can be. The silhouette is lower and far more sculpted than its predecessors, with a purpose-built carbon fiber body that hugs the chassis and channels air with surgical precision. The front end is aggressive yet elegantly refined, featuring a reduced frontal area and flowing surfaces that hide complex aero elements. Active flaps, integrated vents, and a rear diffuser that work together to keep the car glued to the road at extreme speeds. The whole package reads as performance-first art. Every curve has a job. And the finishes, multi-layer paints, and exposed carbon panels in bespoke palettes give it a handcrafted atelier feel that only a marque like Bugatti can deliver. Step inside, and the interior continues that blend of craft and tech. Expect hand-stitched leathers, richly finished metals, and carbon surfaces that feel as much sculpture as instrument panel. Bugatti has emphasized driver ergonomics. The cockpit sits lower than previous models, creating a more intimate, race-inspired feel, while still offering first-class comfort for cruising. Instrumentation marries analog elegance with focused digital readouts. Performance telemetry and configurable driving modes sit alongside heritage cues and tactile controls. There's room for personalization through Bugatti's Sur Mesure program, so every buyer can essentially commission a one-off cabin. Luxury is still the mantra, but everything inside is tuned to the car's extraordinary performance envelope. Under the skin is where Bugatti's boldest choices show. This next-gen model pairs an all-new 8.3-liter naturally aspirated V16 engine with a trio of electric motors, 2 on the front axle and 1 at the rear, to create a hybrid architecture aimed at maximum power, instant response, and torque vectoring. The combined output is in the hypercar stratosphere, roughly 1,800 horsepower, delivered through a compact, performance-focused drivetrain and an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission that promises lightning-fast shifts. That engine note, a symphony of high-revving combustion and electric boost, is another signature moment. The result is blistering acceleration without compromising the emotive soundtrack Bugatti owners expect. Performance figures are, predictably, jaw-dropping. Sprint times are in hypercar territory, roughly 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 2 seconds, and top speed estimates push well into the 400 km per hour range, depending on configuration and tires. But beyond straight-line numbers, the hybrid system's electric motors provide instant torque vectoring that sharpens turn-in and mid-corner stability, letting the car feel surprisingly nimble for its size and power. Bugatti's engineers focused heavily on balancing low-end tractability with high-speed poise. Lighter structural elements and a lower center of gravity help the car change direction with more precision than many would expect from an 1,800 horsepower machine. Range and everyday usability are no afterthought. The car carries a high-voltage battery pack, an 800-volt system, paired with roughly a 25 kilowatt-hour capacity, giving a short but useful pure electric range intended for quiet city driving or launch leveraging electric boost. That battery also supports energy recovery systems that help manage the immense thermal loads when the car is pushed hard. In short, this is a hypercar that can be driven thoughtfully around town, then unleashed on track or autobahn without complaint. Price and exclusivity are part of the proposition. Production volumes will be tiny. Bugatti's hand-built ethos means each unit is effectively bespoke, and pricing lands firmly in 7-figure territory. Expect starting figures in the neighborhood of $4 million and up, with personalized options, bespoke commissions, and limited editions pushing final invoices significantly higher. For collectors, this isn't just a car. It's an objet d'art, an engineered statement, and given limited production, a future collectible. Bugatti's Programme Solitaire also lets select customers commission one-off pieces, continuing the brand's tradition of ultra-exclusive builds. So what does this mean if you're watching at home? The 2026 Bugatti represents a philosophical shift. honoring the sensory, mechanical brilliance of the combustion era while embracing electrification's control and responsiveness. It's not for the practical-minded or the budget-conscious. It's for a small number of owners who want the last word in speed, craftsmanship, and exclusivity. As a driving experience, it promises thunderous acceleration, surgical handling, and the kind of presence that stops a concourse field or a city street in its tracks. Whether it becomes the definitive hypercar of its generation will depend on how it's received by critics and owners alike. But on paper and in metal, it reads like a new benchmark, a hybrid hypercar that dares to marry legacy with the next chapter of performance. If you enjoyed this close look, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more deep dives into the world's most remarkable machines. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your foot light and your ambitions high.